10 reasons you are struggling with weight loss. From an increased risk of cardiovascular disease to chronic back pain, being overweight can really take a toll on your long-term health. You may have been through a dozen different diets trying to reach a healthy weight, but what if there was more to weight loss than just the food you eat? Yes, you heard that right. Many of the causes of excess weight don't actually have anything to do with your diet. In this video, we will unpack 10 reasons why you are struggling with weight loss, so stay tuned until the end to find out what you can do to break the endless dieting cycle and reach your ideal weight. Genes. Although weight loss has a lot to do with having a good diet and exercising regularly, it may not be so simple for everyone. If you have tried maintaining a balanced diet and sticking to an exercise routine, but you just haven't seen the results you wanted, your genes might have something to do with it. Now, it's important to know that genetics do not define your future. Although some people might need to work a lot harder to lose weight, everyone can eventually overcome their genetic programming. It's just a matter of understanding how your body works and how you can work with your genetics instead of against them to make weight loss easier for you. Genes play a role in everything from insulin resistance to satiety and even to your metabolic rate. Long periods of stress or starvation can also activate dormant genes that can increase your risk of obesity, but this doesn't mean that weight loss is impossible. There is no single obesity gene that guarantees whether or not a person will become obese. Instead, obesity is influenced by a complex combination of genetics, environmental factors, and lifestyle choices. Remember that genes are only a part of the puzzle, and they don't have to dictate your health. If you want to know how to work with your genes to facilitate weight loss, talk to your doctor to see if taking a genetic profile test would be a good option for you. You might find that understanding and working with your genetics was the missing piece of the puzzle in your weight loss journey. Environmental pollution. You might be surprised to learn that some of the reasons why you are struggling with weight loss are completely outside of your control, and environmental pollution is one of them. In the past decade, several long-term studies performed on animals and humans have demonstrated that there is a clear correlation between weight gain and pollution. For example, an 8-year-long study in 2010 involving almost 4 million people living in different parts of the United States found that exposure to higher levels of pollution is strongly tied to an increased risk of weight gain and obesity. In another study by Duke University, the researchers exposed a group of rats to polluted air for a month. After just 19 days, the rats that were exposed to the polluted air weighed more than the rats in the control group, even though both groups of rats were being fed the exact same diet. The reason for this is that the toxic pollutants caused inflammation in the rats' internal organs, which caused them to weigh more. These rats also had higher cholesterol levels and increased insulin resistance, which can lead to diabetes. Human studies on the link between pollution and obesity have resulted in the exact same findings. Now, while it's impossible to control the air pollution outside of your home, there is a lot that you can do to make the air inside your home a lot cleaner, which is much more important because, on average, Americans spend up to 90% of their time indoors. Frequently cleaning your rugs and carpets, controlling the humidity of your home with a dehumidifier, and even buying indoor plants will keep your lungs and organs happy and free of inflammation. Inflammation can knock the body out of balance and lead to a vicious cycle of increased weight gain, which leads to more inflammation. But environmental pollution isn't the only reason for inflammation in the body. Autoimmune disorders such as lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, as well as lifestyle choices such as excessive alcohol intake and chronic stress, can increase your risk of chronic inflammation, which leads to weight gain and obesity. Studies have shown that individuals with systemic inflammation have higher levels of insulin and leptin resistance, which can lead to an increased appetite and higher levels of fat storage. If you have high inflammation levels, you may have found that exercise has not been an effective solution for weight loss. When the body becomes chronically inflamed, it burns less calories during intense exercise than it would under normal conditions, which makes it much more difficult to lose weight. While breaking the vicious cycle of inflammation and weight gain is difficult, it is by no means impossible. Getting enough quality sleep, regularly taking fish oil, and reducing your alcohol consumption can all give your body the push it needs to overcome chronic inflammation. Having the right diet is also key to reducing inflammation. Even if you're not aware of it, some of the foods you consume regularly could be contributing to the inflammation of your body, which could be making it more difficult for you to lose weight. It might be helpful to take a food sensitivity test to find out which foods are creating chronic inflammation in your gut. The bottom line is that chronic inflammation is not permanent, and with the right habits and guidance from a qualified medical professional, you can reduce inflammation over time and help your body reach its ideal weight. Microbiome. Did you know that the health of your gut plays a key role in helping your body maintain a healthy weight? In a recent study, researchers analyzed the relationship between the different bacteria in participants' guts and how much weight they lost while they were on a diet. The results showed that participants that had higher levels of a type of bacteria belonging to a group called Prevotella and lower levels of bacteria in the Bacteroides group were able to lose weight faster than those who had equal amounts of these bacteria in their gut. Other studies have shown that there are 15 different types of bacteria that can contribute to a healthy weight. The best way to increase the amount of good bacteria in your gut is to regularly consume probiotics. Now, while you may have heard of different probiotic supplements on the market claiming to improve the health of your gut, there is not enough evidence to suggest that any of these supplements have a significant impact on the health of your gut. Your best option is to start including fermented foods that contain these live, probiotic bacteria into your diet, such as yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and even some types of aged cheeses. To give these good gut bugs the fuel they need, it's also recommended to consume prebiotics, which are found naturally in plants and fiber-rich foods such as Jerusalem artichokes, oats, mushrooms, whole grains, asparagus, leeks, and onions. So dig into these yummy foods and start giving your gut the love it deserves. Stress. When we are in the presence of external threats, the body enters into what is commonly known as fight or flight mode. When the body is in this high-stress state, adrenaline is released by the adrenal glands, which are located on top of both kidneys. The increase of adrenaline in the body makes your heart beat faster, your lungs breathe more efficiently, your blood vessels start to operate on overdrive by pumping more blood to the brain and muscles, your blood pressure and sugar levels increase, and you become more alert in order to deal with the imminent danger of the threat. When you are in fight or flight mode, the last thing you will be thinking about is food. But when the adrenaline rush starts to wear off and cortisol starts flooding your system, you will likely feel an urge to replenish your energy stores by eating. This is the body's natural stress relief mechanism, but the problem is that when stress becomes chronic, the effect of adrenaline on appetite wears off over time, and high cortisol levels constantly urge the body to eat more than is necessary, leading to weight gain for some people. High cortisol levels are also associated with increased blood sugar and insulin resistance, which can lead to weight gain and other health complications. Today, it is more common than ever to be exposed to chronic stress, which is why it's important to learn stress management techniques, not just for weight loss, but for your overall long-term health and well-being. Getting enough sleep, exercising regularly, meditating, and having a healthy work-life balance can help your body regulate stress much more effectively over time. Adopting these healthy habits can be difficult in the beginning, especially when you have gotten used to long-term chronic stress, but it will be well worth the effort in the end. Hormones. Hormones can play a big role in weight gain and in making weight loss more difficult. When it comes to hormones, making an effective weight loss plan will look very different for men and women. Testosterone, the primary male sex hormone, is not only responsible for the development of male reproductive tissue, but also for the development of healthy bone and muscle mass, as well as increasing the number of calories you burn with exercise. Men with healthy testosterone levels usually find it easier to stay motivated and physically active. As men age, testosterone levels naturally start to drop, and this can cause an increase in belly fat, as well as a decrease in muscle mass. For women, changes in estrogen levels have been linked to weight loss and weight gain. Low levels of estradiol, a specific estrogen hormone that is responsible for metabolism and body weight regulation in women, are tied to weight gain. When women reach menopause, estradiol levels decrease, causing weight gain around the hips and thighs. Imbalances in thyroid hormone, cortisol, and insulin can also make controlling your weight a lot more difficult. Since there are so many hormones that could potentially be affecting your weight and the symptoms of a hormonal imbalance are not always visible, hormonal imbalances sometimes go undetected. If you have struggled with weight loss in the past and have not found a solution, it might have something to do with your hormones. A hormone profile test can help your doctor determine whether or not your weight loss struggle is being affected by a hormonal imbalance. Many people that were struggling with their weight have reported that after fixing their hormonal imbalance, reaching their ideal weight became easier than ever. Medications. If you have been exercising regularly and eating well, but you are still not reaching your target weight, your medication might be responsible for your weight loss struggles. Some prescription medications, such as those used to treat diabetes, blood pressure, mood disorders, seizures and migraines, can cause you to gain several pounds a month, even if you have a healthy lifestyle. Sometimes, it's not the medication itself that causes you to gain weight, but the side effects of the medication. For example, many antidepressants such as paroxetine and sertraline, as well as asthma medications like prednisone can increase your appetite and cause weight gain. Diabetes medications, such as insulin and glyburide, can cause weight gain as a result of the changes in your body's glucose absorption and storage. Medications that affect your body's metabolism can cause calories to burn slower, making weight loss more difficult. Other medications can cause shortness of breath and fatigue, making people exercise less. The amount of weight gained as a result of medication will vary from person to person depending on the drug. Some people only gain a few pounds throughout an entire year, while others gain 10 or 20 pounds in just a couple of months. Now, while it can be very frustrating to gain weight because of your medication, it's important that you don't stop taking the drug without consulting your doctor first. In most cases, your doctor will be able to change your medication or the dose to manage your illness or condition without causing you to gain weight. Sometimes, a quick medication change can even help you lose a few pounds. Nutritional deficiency. Although it might seem unexpected, not having enough of the right nutrients in the body can lead to weight gain, and could be the main reason why you're struggling with weight loss. When the body has low levels of key nutrients, the brain's appetite centers get triggered, causing uncontrollable cravings for rich, high-calorie foods that cause you to gain weight over the long term. This is because if we are deficient in nutrients such as iron, B vitamins and D vitamins, the brain perceives that we might be at risk of starvation and goes into emergency mode to try to get us to eat as many calories as we can to survive. Deficiency in B vitamins, vitamin D and magnesium is also associated with lower energy levels and increased fatigue, which means that it will be much harder to exercise if we have inadequate levels of these nutrients in our bodies, making weight loss much more difficult. Nutritional deficiencies can also cause weight gain by slowing down your metabolism. Key nutrients and vitamins play a critical role in regulating our body chemistry by building muscle and bone, burning excess fat and sugar, and regulating our mood. If your body is deficient in certain vitamins and minerals, a slow metabolism will cause unwanted weight gain over time, and will become an obstacle in your weight loss journey. Our diet today consists mostly of processed, inflammatory foods that are treated with antibiotics, pesticides, hormones, and preservatives, which has resulted in most Americans being overfed but undernourished. The solution to the problem of nutritional deficiencies is to fill your diet with whole, unprocessed, nutrient-dense foods, such as berries, fish, olives, seeds, nuts, colorful vegetables, and beans. It's also important to take high-quality supplements to make sure that your body is getting all the nutrients it needs to function optimally. Remember to talk to your healthcare professional before starting a supplementation regime. Allergies. You probably know that food allergies can cause uncomfortable and even life-threatening symptoms ranging from swelling and hives to anaphylactic shock. But did you know that allergies and sensitivities to certain foods can also contribute to unwanted weight gain? There's many ways this can happen, but first, it's important to understand the differences between food sensitivity and a full-blown food allergy. If certain foods cause you to have mild stomach pain, gas, and bloating, those might be signs that your body is sensitive to those foods. Those uncomfortable symptoms can show up at any time between 16 to 72 hours after the meal and will usually go away on their own. Food allergies, on the other hand, usually produce more severe symptoms that show up almost immediately after ingestion. This is because food allergies are an immunological response, meaning that your immune system identifies a particular substance as harmful, even though it might not be, and begins releasing biochemicals such as histamine in order to fight the allergen. These chemicals are ultimately what cause symptoms such as hives, rashes, swelling, and even anaphylactic shock. Now, it's important to know that allergies and food sensitivity don't contribute directly to weight gain. Rather, the side effects of these reactions are ultimately what makes weight loss more difficult. For example, if you suffer from food sensitivity, such as lactose intolerance, you might feel lethargic, fatigued, and bloated after a triggering meal or drink, causing you to frequently skip exercise, which could contribute to weight gain. Both food allergies and food sensitivity can contribute to chronic inflammation, which can lock your body in a vicious cycle of weight gain and more inflammation. The first step to reducing the effects of allergies and sensitivity on your weight is to keep track of the foods that trigger your symptoms, and to eliminate them from your diet. If your symptoms persist even after changing your diet, your healthcare professional might refer you to a specialist for more testing. Dieting. Have you ever lost a significant amount of weight by sticking strictly to your diet, only to later gain even more weight back? You might be surprised to learn that diets based on caloric restriction can contribute to weight gain in the long run. New research has found that because dieting causes the individual to feel more stressed and to deprive the body of the foods that it was used to consuming, the brain goes into starvation mode and begins hanging on to as many calories as possible. Even though restricting calories by dieting can lead to short-term weight loss, it won't work in the long run, because the brain and body will always return to their baseline. But this doesn't mean weight loss is impossible. There will always be new diet fads and trends, but the fact remains that a balanced diet, regular exercise, and good stress management habits will be more beneficial to your overall health than counting calories. Be kind to your body, and your body will be kind to you. And there you have it. This concludes our exploration of the 10 reasons why you are struggling with weight loss. If you have struggled with weight loss despite having a healthy lifestyle, you may not be doing anything wrong, and the answer may not even have anything to do with the food you eat. By addressing these potential causes, from inflammation to hormonal imbalances, you will be taking a big step towards reaching your ideal weight and improving your overall health. Remember, being healthy is not just about quickly shedding pounds, but also about keeping your body functioning optimally in the long run. The road to good health isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and while incorporating healthy habits into your daily life can be a challenge at first, the juice is always worth the squeeze when it comes to your health. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more healthy insights. Until next time, stay healthy.